how's it going? I cannot believe we are in our last week in February. I thought long and hard about what I wanted to share with you guys today. There's so many things. As you guys know, I could talk about this kind of stuff forever. But I really wanted to share more of my story because that's kind of what I said that I would do. I think most of you know where I come from and you know what I've been through since 2014, but I kind of want to share a little bit just to kind of give you guys some background and maybe perspective. I think sometimes, as a challenger, you might think that the coaches, have it all figured out. Our check-ins are perfect. We just have it all kind of together, and that's not the case. And I will say one thing has been the most successful for me, and it's this desire to not give up. I know that sounds cheesy and overplayed, but it's the truth. When you want something so great, so big, then you will do anything to get it. And for me, that mindset is kind of what started me in the fitness kind of industry, I guess. I wanted to be thin. I wanted to be so skinny. I wanted to have so much muscle. I wanted to be sexy for my husband. I wanted to be like wanted and needed, and I just wanted a thigh gap. I wanted all these things, and I was willing to do whatever it took to get them. And next month we're going to talk a lot about balance, because what I'm going to share with you kind of ties into that. And so, a good and a bad thing about me is when I get something in my head, I fixate, and it just goes from there. And I just cannot let go of it. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's really bad. And so when I was training for a competition back in 2014, I was laser focused for 6 months. I just kind of lost sight of relationships. I lost sight of my marriage. I lost sight of who I was. I thought I was this big, badass, fitness guru, and I knew everything there was about fitness, and I was going to the gym twice a day, and if you didn't go to the gym twice a day, then, you weren't up to my standards. And it was to the point where I forgot how to dress myself, because all I was living in was gym clothes and tights and sweatpants and sweatshirts. It's different. I know how to dress myself now. But that was it. I mean, it would be like Friday night, date night, and I'd be like, guess I'm going to wear a sweatshirt and tights and, some tennis shoes. Like, I lost sight of who I was to that degree. And I got so fixated on it that was my world and that was it. And when you do that, it's okay to train for something. But when you're out of balance, when you're so fixated and the scales are like lopsided, you miss out on a lot of things. You miss out on a whole lot of journey. I cut God out of the equation. My spiritual life up until probably like 2 weeks left was not good. I was not praying. I was up at night on Instagram stalking all these other bodybuilders and, comparing myself and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not up to their level yet. How can I hit the stage? How can I do all these things? So it really it was a compound effect, and to this day, I firmly and strongly believe that God put a stop to all that when He had me injure my back. He didn't have me injure my back, but I injured my back severely in 2015, causing me to get back surgery, and my world turned upside down. And sometimes when things happen in your life where they're a hindrance, they're a roadblock, and you're not sure why they happen, just take a step back and realize this might be exactly what you need. Because sometimes if you're just as stubborn as me, you won't see what's really happening until you're hit really, really hard. So why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because sometimes, and a lot of times on this journey, we fixate on our food being a certain way and our clothing being a certain way and the scale, not moving, and I'm not good enough, and I'm not this, and I'm not worthy, and I'm not. And as a coach, it hurts my heart when I see you guys dealing with that, because I was there. and I missed out. I missed out on the journey. And why I'm so passionate as a coach, why I'm so passionate about helping others, is because I want them to make their journey, this journey for life, so different. I want them to find peace and enjoyment and bring in the spiritual aspect, bring in the emotional and the mental aspect, bring in your families and your loved ones into this experience. You know, people will knock you down on this journey. Okay, my husband hated this idea of me competing. And, you know, true full-on confession, I had 2 parts that I was on stage for 2 different parts that day, and he purposely missed the first part because it was painful. It was painful for him to be in a place where he had lost his wife to this sport. And, you know, I worked my butt off to get to a better place. This is full disclosure. I mean, I've been in therapy for a very long time. You know, we've gone to marriage counseling, and I'm not ashamed of any of that because it has made me a full and strong person, and a person that is so full that wants to give back to others. And I have worked on so many things, my anxiety and my anger. You know, just this past fall, I took a 12-week anger management class. It was a compassion class. How to have compassion for yourself, how to have compassion for others. It was all Christian-based. It was phenomenal. It changed my world. It changed my world. And now fitness is just a small part. Believe it or not, it's a small part. But this journey to be better and to, you know, make my life fulfilled from the inside out is what this is all about. This is why I share my journey the way I do. This is why I show up here every day with you all. And, you know, I'm going to keep going because I'm more than enough, y'all. I am more than my body fat percentage. I am more than my fears and my doubts. I'm more than my anger and my anxiety. I'm more than all of that. And those aren't just words, like I believe them. I believe them to the core, but it took me years to get there. And we're just starting small with y'all in this group to have you guys believe with the same faith. Same faith. And y'all can do it. Because we're not training just for 21 days, as I said. We're training for life. And, you know, I'll just share this small story with you all. When probably 3 weeks after I competed, I was the smallest I had ever been. I was like 103 pounds, 14% body fat. I mean, I had a 6-pack and everything. And my husband and I went to Cabo on vacation. And do you guys know that I don't have one single picture of me in a bikini? I don't have one single picture of me documented with that body that I worked so hard for. You know why? Because the outside didn't match the inside. It didn't reflect what I was feeling on the inside, which was shame and guilt and frustration and anger and just not proud of anything. Because when you work on the outside only, it only gets you so far. So use me as an example. Use my story as an example to be better, to work every day on your inner being, your inner core, guys. It's what's going to last. It's what's going to make this journey so full and so amazing. And so I hope one thing has resonated with y'all today. It is my pure joy and delight to share this stuff with y'all. I hope it benefited you. I love y'all so much. Have an awesome and blessed day, and let's kill and rock this last week. All right. Bye, guys.